Welcome to Daily Ad Brief. I'm Christina Daves, your host of More to Media. And today we are headed to Des Moines, Iowa to have a chat with Parker Anderson of Adsposure. Welcome, Parker.
Thanks so much for having me. Good morning.
Okay, what you do is so cool. So let's talk about what is transit advertising.
Sure. Yeah. Traditionally, out of home advertising, most people will think of the billboards on the interstate, and we are decorating and wrapping these 3D moving billboards with city buses. The great thing about this is half of that media cost to advertise on a city bus goes right back into the transit authority that we're so fortunate to have here in town. And any city who has a transit authority is very fortunate and builds, a healthier community for having that. So we incorporate beautiful, creative, epic, fun advertisements onto the outsides of these buses. And you can see them in neighborhoods and at very populated areas. And you can see them, at eye level as opposed to sky level. And it's just brings a lot of really fun branding to any company who's trying to tell their story, right? Just like any other marketing efforts.
Now, do you work mainly with local companies or do you have big national brands coming in trying to infiltrate local markets? Because obviously you only have your local bus system.
Yes, yeah. So a lot of each, all over the board. Everything from community PSAs and community messaging, connecting folks to maybe employers who are hiring and connecting them to people who live in our city who are looking for work, up to the local plumbers and attorneys and grocers, and then of course a lot of national, whether that be your Verizon or US Cellulars of the world, or that be, online sports betting is big right now, fun things like that from time to time. It really just depends on the time of the year, what's going on, and what people, want to see alongside of usually, their digital efforts and alongside of the rest of their advertising campaigns.
And I love this because we do live in a very noisy world. And I speak a lot about this and I show images of Times Square. You're just inundated with advertising. But this is,
Right.
hey, I'm driving down the highway and there goes an ad that drives by. So is
Yeah, a
this a
little
new
less invasive.
concept?
Uh, Somewhat. This was prior to me coming on board here about 4 years ago. There was a company before Adsposure that just had some brackets on the side of the bus, and you slide in a poster board, and that's all there was to it. And we've come a long ways as far as making these big creative epic designs and wrapping the bus with them, and it's really fun. It's non-invasive, like you're talking about. It's definitely unskippable content, and I think it just checks a lot of boxes for a marketing director to be able to say, we're telling this story on our city's public transit system. We're giving back to the community while we're doing that. And it makes such an impression to where folks, by the time they're ready to go out and Google search a plumber at the time that their toilet's not working, for example, seeing that brand that they already recognize from maybe a strong digital campaign, or something else that's out there on socials, and then making that immediate connection to the bus that they have seen running around in town, the chances of them clicking on a brand that's already very recognizable to them kind of goes through the roof.
And I love what you're doing. I mentor students at my alma mater, Virginia Tech, and they have a student run business. This is actually really cool that ties in with this. And one of their projects was a bus wrap, and they won a telly for
Okay.
it. So, and for people
Oh,
watching
is
in
it
telly,
right?
it's like a huge advertising award. So
Sure.
this is an amazing form of advertising. I love that you're sharing it with us, and I hope you're going to be expanding into other cities beyond Des Moines. So, thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. We're in a lot of other cities as well. We're in Chicago and San Antonio and Nashville. Adsposure's in Kansas City, and here in Des Moines, I'm a little bit smaller than some of these other areas, but yeah, based out of Cincinnati, and I'm just the sales guy here in Des Moines doing my small part.
Well, I love it. It's a great form of advertising. So, thanks for sharing that with us. And to learn more about Parker and Adsposure, head over to Daily Ad Brief. I'm Christina Daves, your host of More to Media, and I'll see you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.